And welcome back to the show. Now we're going to take a look at a brand new theatre show that recently debuted in Melbourne and is now heading to Adelaide Fringe. It's called Rouge, and this is kind of a cheeky take on the Moulin Rouge style of comedy slash theatre slash cabaret slash circus, I guess is the best way to put it. It is directed by Alina Kirschbaum, and it is a brilliant cast of talent that from everything from acrobatics to aerialists, a little bit of comedy, singing in there as well. Lee, what did you think of Rouge?
I really enjoyed this performance. It is a circus, so there's a lot of acrobatics, and you've got things like aerial rings, and even rings that they use on the floor to perform. But a lot of their performance is through their core strength, holding each other up, catching each other, and jumping from one person to another. And I have to say that I'd even say sportsmanship, their abilities, their physicality, their performance was at a level that you would want to see from gymnasts at, the Commonwealth Games or the Olympics. It was outstanding. I thought their performances were absolutely amazing. I also enjoyed the performance from Michaela Berger, who is the singer, but also gets involved in the performance through the whole show. She is an outstanding performer. She brings a lot of comedy through the show, and it's very cheeky and it's very surprising at times. She just has this presence that draws in everybody. Her voice is operatic. It is strong. It demands you to listen and give her all the attention that she deserves. But through that, she uses comedy as well and just has the whole place in stitches, really. As mentioned, it's an adult comedy, so it is very cheeky and sexualized comedy. But the performances are done so well. I thought that the whole cast was perfectly fit for their characters, and because they don't talk through the performance except for the MC, there's a little bit of talking, but hardly any. And these performers are actors in their own right because they have to bring the presence of their character to the stage while they're doing their circus tricks. And you can see the difference in the characters. You can understand their personalities from the way that they act out as they're performing.
Yeah, Elena Kirschbaum's brought it all together brilliantly well. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world when it comes to your cast for a show like this, but if it doesn't come together in a way that's presentable for the audience, then it just doesn't work. You mentioned Michaela Berger. She was one of the standouts of the show, just an absolutely amazing voice. And I realised afterwards, after the show, after sitting down and reading the program, I've seen some of the other productions that she's in. In fact, she's been on this show before, talking about some of those productions. You also had Jessie McKibben and also Lizzie Patterson. They were two of the other female circus performers that were in this as well, and just absolutely brilliant. And then you had the men, Paul Westbrook, Lyndon Johnson, and Mal Ryan, who all did fantastic jobs as well. And in fact, they help out a lot with the comedy because there's like a competition between the three guys in a sense, it's not toxic masculinity or anything like that. It's just comedy of the three guys competing against each other at like who's the star of the show kind of thing, and it runs all the way through and even leads at one point to one guy getting dacked while he's doing like his performance. So there's that cheekiness all the way through this as well, but I don't mean to say that to diminish the show because, as you said, there's there's acrobatics and stuff in this that like left me like kind of gasping the same way as I did when I was watching Matador or something like that. Like, yeah, it's kind of burlesque, like in a sense. We haven't used the word yet, but it's more burlesque. It's not like you're going to go there and get confronted like with overly sexual stuff. It's burlesque. If you go along expecting burlesque as part of the show, that's what you're going to get. Like there's a smart little skit as part of it where one is dressed as a light, like a lamp, a bedside table lamp, and it has the song something about you can turn me on. Like it's that kind of cheekiness kind of thing. So if you go along expecting burlesque and circus, that's what you're going to get with Rouge.
I'd even say it's a cabaret circus.
Yeah.
And can I say too, there is lots of music throughout the performance. And if you go to their website, www.rougeshow.com, there's actually a Spotify playlist of all their music that they've put together that people can have a listen to. If you want to have a bit of a teaser of what music the performances go to, you can have a look at that playlist. But after the show as well, it's often pretty, fun playing the music on the way home to remind you of the show. So it's all set up there for everybody. I think, they're a very creative team. Their costumes were amazing. That was something that really drew me in as well. I think the costumes really helped show who each character was. And I found myself even looking at each costume and really taking in what they were wearing and how well they were made and how well they looked.
Yeah. Now, the other people that also bring this together as well, we should talk about. Sarah Platts is the lighting designer, and Max Shea is the technical stage manager. And I just realized reading through Max's little bio here that he also worked on Dumb Detectives that Kyle and I raved about on this show as well. So he's a very talented guy, and of course the lighting looked absolutely sensational. So, like I said before, everything comes together in this show for everything to work. The lighting, the music, the performances. So, yeah, it really is an all-hands-on-deck production when it comes to cast and crew. But, Lee, if people are going to Adelaide for Adelaide Fringe, would you recommend that they go and see Rouge?
Yeah, I think if you enjoy cabaret burlesque shows, but also enjoy the circus without the silly clowns and, more of an adult-themed circus, the performances are outstanding.
Yep.
I would definitely say go.
And I can't say that it's going to be the same at Adelaide Fringe because I don't know what venue they're using, but we saw it at Gasworks Park here in Melbourne, and there's a level of intimacy with that theatre because I think when you go and see a show sometimes like this, the cast are up on the stage and away from you, whereas with this, they're kind of right in your face. For people that aren't from Melbourne, Gasworks Theatre Park's stage is very close to the audience, so you literally had acrobatics happening just a couple of metres in front of you when you saw this show. I can't say that's going to be the same at Adelaide Fringe because I don't know what the venue is going to be like that they're using, but for me, I thought that added to it as well, and I think that's something that Matador did well as well. Like, they had acrobatics go out into the audience, and I think because you're so close to it, you feel like you're part of the show, so yeah, I thought that was really well done. So, yeah, I would highly recommend that if anyone is in Adelaide or going across to Adelaide Fringe, go and check out Rouge because this is a magical, funny, and skillful show that just has some of the best burlesque and circus performers in Australia as part of it. So go along and check out Rouge at the Adelaide Fringe Festival.